we have no idea that there's stipulations, there's conditions for even being granted a visa, an immigration visa to America. If you've committed certain crimes, like prostitution, see, a lot of guys, they're marrying bar girls. You've already been disqualified for an American visa. Or if the government suspects just for 1 minute that you may become a public charge, you may need benefits or support from the government, it disqualifies you from receiving that immigration visa. That's the reason why they have you sign that 10-year affidavit of support. But we don't know anything. All we want to do is sign the application and bring her over. You have no idea who you're bringing over. Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. I believe as men, we need to stop trivializing marriage fraud. You know, we make fun of and laugh at men and women in some cases who bring somebody to their home country. The person runs off, cheats, or makes a mockery of the union. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on with this argument, because it's a big argument that goes on all the time in this genre. Should I take the woman home or not? Sham marriages are no laughing matter. As a matter of fact, it's a serious crime. It's not a victimless crime. It's not an innocent crime. It's a federal offense, punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. But they'll call you a wimp for doing that. Other men will. Or you're a fool. But no, they're the wimps. They're the fools because they justify this criminal behavior. Yeah, they're aiding and abetting the enemy. Because they'll say, oh, she just wants a better life. There's nothing wrong with wanting a better life. Yes, it is when you committing a crime. Well, what is a sham marriage? Well, it's real simple. If you go on the Department of Homeland Security website, they'll tell you it's clear, but it's generic. It says it's considered a sham marriage if the primary reason for the marriage is to acquire immigration benefits. Now, let me stop right there. If the primary reason is to acquire immigration benefits, well, hell, that would be half the marriages between Americans and Filipinas, more than half. Because when a 25-year-old marries a 75-year-old, that's for the immigration. That's for a better life, guys. That's for the visa. But that's fraud. See, when a Filipina tricks you into marrying her and you think the marriage is legit, that's marriage fraud. Okay? When you bring those women over there, they're on something that's called permanent resident status for the first 2 years. But it's conditional, ladies and gentlemen. And it can be terminated in that first 2 years if Homeland Security suspects that it's a sham marriage. The woman will be deported, then you can get on with your life. But you got to take action. The reason why it keeps happening over and over, because we don't hold people accountable. We just let it go. We don't press charges. Oh, it's okay. She's going to get hers. Karma's a bitch. I'll just file for divorce and start all over again. No, she committed a crime. She should be held accountable. Remember I tell you about Filipinos are smarter than we give them credit for. See, we think the long game is one thing, but it's really another. See, they're talking about the long game as it equates to this visa, to this 2 years. She knows that she can last over 2 years. The odds are she's home free. That's why you got to act quick. See, they'll hang around for 3 or 4 years. That's nothing, man. You're still on your honeymoon. Okay? You're a decent human being. You did all the right things. You have all the right intentions. But you're being played. But now's the time to take the action because we got an administration Right now, and this is in their words, they're in an all-out war against immigration fraud. They said they're going to relentlessly pursue anybody trying to enter that country illegally. But y'all going to laugh, oh, ain't no big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal. You better think long and hard before you bring somebody into your life, into your country. Give them access to all your personal information, sensitive information, bank accounts, retirement investment accounts, your property, even your life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a laughing matter. Sham marriages are serious. And they're very, very, what would I want to say when it's a lot of them going on? Common. More than likely, the woman you took over there from the Philippines, I'm not picking on the Philippines, just that I'm here, committed committed marriage fraud. Because she don't love you for real. Okay, she only did that for a visa and a better life. Imagine if ISIS decided that they want to send their female agents to America for whatever mission they're on. Guess what they would have to do? All they would have to do is put them on those dating sites. Because American men, we some of the most gullible men on the planet. We think we got it all together. We think we got it going on. Look at my comments if you don't believe me. But we're hypocrites. Oh, close that southern border over there. Close the border. When all she has to do is open up her legs and get through. Yeah, marriage fraud is a serious deal. And until these women start being held accountable, and a few of them start going to jail and getting sent back, deported, it's going to keep happening, guys. People are embarrassed. They don't want to come forward. I'll be damned. Here I am. I done fell in love, or lust, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm going to give you a better life. But then you want to back out? You don't want to hold up to your end of the bargain? You want to make a mockery out of me? Disrespect? Yeah, I'm going to press charges. And I would suggest to any man who even thinks he's going through that to press charges. Okay? So thank y'all so much for stopping by. I wanted to talk about this today. You know, in the last 3 years, I've been creating a lot of content warning men of the pitfalls of marrying women overseas. Sort of an advocate, but men don't listen to me. I don't care. I'm making the content, and today's content is no different, guys. You got to be careful. You're not a wimp because you bring a woman home over there. You're not a fool. But you just got to be careful. This is the point that I'm making today. Go on that website. Okay? There's all sorts of information on there that you should be privy to, but you're not privy to. You just fill out the application, go through the process, and bring her over. You don't have no idea who you're bringing over. I had a friend who brought a woman over there. He was from Florida. The woman wasn't there a week and ran off with some man in New Jersey. But Trump wasn't in office. He didn't have any help then. There was no all-out war against immigration fraud. But it is now. It is now. Let a few of them go to jail. I bet that stuff will stop. It'll certainly slow down. Find it in your heart to help somebody. Now the day goes by that I don't help somebody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. And don't do anything stupid. Know who you bringing over to your country, man. Think long and hard before you bring somebody over there that you can't get rid of. She's right there in the center of your life now. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to get rid of her. The more trouble she's going to cause you. Have them marriages over there. And I'm talking to all of y'all who took those women over there and married them, including myself, were victims of marriage fraud. You're not going to admit it. You're not going to admit it. Because you justified it yourself. All she wants is a new life. Fair exchange is no robbery. Yes, it is, because what you're doing is not a crime. What she's doing is a crime. She's engaging in a crime, a federal offense. And you're going to say, Cal, you're being tough. Now, we got to put our foot down at some point, man. So many people being taken advantage of. Here I am over here in the Philippines. I followed the law because that's the only two things I really do in life. I obey the law wherever I am, and I don't violate the rights of my fellow man. Let me commit a crime in the Philippines. They're going to hold me accountable. The citizens are going to hold me accountable. The government's going to hold me accountable. They're going to deport me. That's what we need to do. It's too easy. We're making it too easy. Okay? The integrity, believe it or not, of our whole immigration system and laws is in play here. If the enemy wants to get back in America or the West, all they got to do is put those women on those dating sites, guys. We're doomed. We don't have a chance. Let them guys laugh at you if they want to. But he who laughs last, laughs best.